TV Sports 27 live on the air, and it is time for the debut of the Kevin Owens Show. 3 huge matches. This is a show produced in a group effort by Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Paul Heyman. They all book a match. SmackDown produced by Sami Zayn, ECW produced by Paul Heyman, and we're getting ready to jump into it. This is going to be a huge show. Undisputed Championship on the line, Tag Team Championship on the line. Let's get to it. The first ever KO show is officially live and on the air. 3 huge matches, 2 championship matches. And we are in Erie, Pennsylvania. I don't know why the logos don't show up on those, but we're in Erie, Pennsylvania, Erie, PA for this one. Up north, of course, Kevin Owens from Canada, all that fun stuff, but it is time. There you see the whole card. WWE Tag Team Championships on the line. It is going to be Kevin Owens and CM Punk defending their championships against the Usos. While this one is loading, we want to give a moment to shout out as the food's dropping. Hear that food drop? That's Luna's food. It is TV Sports 27. Follow along with us. We stream everything live on Twitch with you guys, and then we record the videos and upload them to YouTube. So if you want to see everything early, if you want to see them in full form before they drop on YouTube, Twitch is the place to be to join us for that. We record everything, cut them up, upload them onto YouTube. Those are the videos you might be watching right now. Follow along with us on Twitter. We tweet out when we're going live. Of course, support the channel, patreon.com/TVSports27. Tip away on Streamlabs and on Ko-Fi. And we always throw a little challenge out there, a little Patreon challenge, as we usually do. If we get a new Patreon supporter here, then we'll bring you guys an additional episode of SmackDown here tonight. That's right. If we get a Patreon sign up, this is for the live Twitch viewers, in the next 30 minutes, then we'll come back later tonight and do Friday Night SmackDown. So if you guys want a little bonus action here, go ahead and check us out on Patreon. There you are. Kevin Owens, he booked this match here. He is the new boss. He is the leader of WWE. He says he's still going to have an active career. How is that going to be possible? We'll see if front office stuff is going to take over or not. But he's going to try to have an active career. But we know that CM Punk and Kevin Owens haven't always seen eye to eye. They've kind of had some dissension since CM Punk was brought into the Heyman Empire. Of course, the Heyman Empire seemingly is no more. And there is the new design, the classic design, but that is the WWE Tag Team Championship design we will be going with here as we're switching up all the belts. The new Intercontinental Championship, the new U.S. Championship, the Tag Team Championship design has changed as well. And we are getting ready to go to it. Look at this. The KO show underway. So we got a third show back. We had dropped the third show for a while, which was main event, and now Kevin Owens bringing here the KO show, kicking it off. Tag Team Championships, your main event, the Undisputed Championship. Braun Breaker in his main roster WWE debut as a contracted wrestler is going to be going up against Edge for the Undisputed Championship. He can become the first competitor to win a world championship in his debut, since the Giant in WCW? I mean, come on. How huge would that be for the career of Braun Breaker? We'll see how that match plays out coming up in our main event. Coming up next as well, Charlotte Flair one-on-one with Sasha Banks. That's a direct result of the attack from Charlotte Flair onto Bayley on Monday Night Raw. So what do you guys think about this arena? We found this one on the Community Creations, Custom Creations here. Pretty cool. We modified it a little bit, added the ring post and stuff, and I might do that for a Raw and SmackDown arena. But I think it's a pretty cool little arena here. The yellow ring mats, it's something that's never seen before in WWE. Unique look there. Cover here. And Kevin Owens powering out at a count of 2. Nice knee to the face of Owens. Usos stomping away at the arm of Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens fighting his way back into the CM Punk as well. Submission here onto Jey Uso up top. Ooh, I thought we were gonna get a stunner by Kevin Owens. Not to be here in this one. KO, CM Punk, Kevin Owens. And we have the huge announcement coming up. In fact, we might make the announcement coming up in the, you know what, we'll do it during the entrances of the main event. The debut episode of ECW, it's back one more time. ECW, back from the dead. Of course, you know the relationship between Kevin Owens and Paul Heyman. Kevin Owens, a big Paul Heyman guy, and you know, it was Paul Heyman, the Heyman Empire, that cashed in Money in the Bank, helped Owens become Undisputed Champion, and helped Kevin Owens with this opportunity here. And he gifted Paul Heyman with a show of his own on ECW, which is exclusive to the TV Sports 27 Clubhouse. Here's a look real quick at our Clubhouse members. Those guys are going to be getting ECW as members of the TV Sports Clubhouse on Patreon. So if you guys want to see ECW, sign up, become a member of TV Sports 27, WWE Dark No More. It is now ECW, and the show is so violent it can only be seen behind the Patreon paywall. So, into the barricade, or into the announce table, rather. And every match on ECW held under Extreme Rules. So that you got to look forward to. And we are going to announce the first 2 matches on ECW, because we are going to crown an ECW champion. We debated back and forth about the 24/7 championship. I kind of like what we had built up with the 24/7 championship over the last couple of months, and I debated whether or not we would keep the 24/7 championship or not, and kind of went back and forth with that. Ultimately, I settled on the fact that that animation, again, is another thing that gives us a copyright claim. You know, 24/7 championship we could always bring back if there's enough fan demand. I want to hear from you guys in the chat. I want to hear from you guys in the comments. If there's enough demand, perhaps somewhere down the line, we can bring back the 24/7 championship. But for right now, I think we'll retire it, because the ECW title is essentially going to be the same thing, just without the 24/7 rule involved. You know what I mean? So for right now, 24/7 championship retired, but could come back per fan demand. We got a cover in the ring. CM Punk. We have brand new WWE Tag Team Champions. We talked about there being dissension between Kevin Owens and CM Punk. The dissension may have just been increased with that loss, as CM Punk is pinned and the Tag Team Championships are returned to the Usos. They have originally lost the titles to Edge and Rey Mysterio, now back in their hands. The Usos, the Tag Team Champions of this new era, this Kevin Owens era. And you can you're not seeing it on camera right now, but there is some dissension going at it of Owens and CM Punk, and Kevin Owens not too happy. So that's going to be interesting, because obviously Kevin Owens in charge now. So what he says goes in this instance, and CM Punk might have to fall in line. But there you go, the Usos. They're your brand new WWE Tag Team Champions. Congratulations to the Usos here. New champs. All right. KO show starting things off a big way with those championships being decided. Up next, Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks set to go one-on-one. Revenge on the mind of one Sasha Banks here in this contest, based on what happened to her best friend Bayley on Monday Night Raw. Go check that out in the archives if you missed it. Bayley and Charlotte Flair is a heck of a match. It was a very good match. It main evented hour number 1 of Monday Night Raw. And Charlotte Flair got the win, but that apparently was not enough for her because she had to come in here and put the extra little beat down on Bayley. Extremely, absolutely uncalled for. But that's why we're getting this one. This match booked by Sami Zayn. And there you see Miss Money in the Bank coming out. WWE Women's Champion Shayna Baszler, of course.
Making her way to the ring from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair makes her appearance. And here comes the boss. It's boss time. Sasha Banks.
From Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston versus the Queen City in this one. Dan. I hope Sasha kicks the butt across the arena. Wow, Dan's all in right now. I wanted to see Charlotte. WX man, where did he wants to see this payback because he was upset with what happened to Bayley. All right, KO show continues on here. Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks. We're underway. First ever one-on-one matchup in KO show history. Charlotte, second matchup here in as many days. And look at that. That was like a Manami Toyota Cyclone Suplex type maneuver right there by Charlotte, was it not? My goodness. Dropping it down onto Sasha Banks. Main event coming up next on the KO show. Undisputed Championship on the line. Edge defending the title against Braun Breaker. We've already seen one title change hands. I'm getting some news right now in the headset that the dissension between the boss, Kevin Owens, and CM Punk has continued backstage. They are just shouting at one another right now. Apparently, Paul Heyman trying to get in between the two of them there. But, wow, it's breaking down right now. And it may be Paul Heyman the only thing keeping CM Punk's job right now, right? Oh, my gosh. So, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, CM Punk getting involved, new tag team champions. It's all kinds of big business going on right now. Charlotte Flair picks up Sasha, spine first, onto the ring apron. And look at Charlotte Flair. Unreal. Charlotte has Sasha outside of the ring. Backpack stunner on the floor. Referee putting that count in. Trying to weaken the ankle here, perhaps, for natural selection. Well, yeah, look at Charlotte. She's looking like Kane with all the taunting that Kane was doing in the Intercontinental Championship match against Seth Rollins. It is all Charlotte Flair in this one, but here, well, momentarily, here came Sasha. But Charlotte Flair able to put, oh my God, Sasha Banks. She won, I don't know what this is. I mean, maybe a long-standing 4 horsewomen situation here, but, I mean, Charlotte just seems to want to take out Sasha Banks and Bayley. For whatever reason, maybe it's an edict from her best friend, Shayna Baszler. Charlotte from the top hits that moonsault onto Sasha Banks. And nearly came away with the 3 count. That was close. We've broken elbow, broken neck. We've broken everything here. Here comes Sasha. Sasha fighting back into this one now. Going to the top. Oh, and she's caught by Charlotte Flair. Charlotte's got her, and fall away slam. That could be it, folks. No, only a 2 count. Sasha Banks kicks out. Oh! I think Sasha tried to duck under. Well, she is going to bounce back, though, from that big boot, surprisingly. Up and tosses her down. Banks statement locked in. Charlotte Flair. No, counter. Nice counter by Charlotte Flair. Only a 2 count. You got to be kidding me. KO Show coming up with the big matches right now. Figure 8 locked in and locked in. Sasha Banks trying to hang on right in the middle of that KO Show logo. She hung on. She broke out of it, but Charlotte, look at that smart move by Charlotte going right into the cover and the 3 count. Sasha Banks had nothing left. A valiant effort by Sasha Banks there. But she passed out with everything. She didn't tap out, but she gave everything she had in the figure 8. But ultimately, I mean, you land on your neck, you get your arm stomped like Sasha Banks did. That's tough to come back from, but it's going to be a victory here for Charlotte Flair, and hopefully that is where it ends, that there's not going to be any more extracurricular like we saw against Bayley. We'll see if this one ends cleanly, but what a 2 days for Charlotte Flair in the Kevin Owens era. Miss Money in the Bank, back-to-back wins over Bayley and Sasha Banks. And it looks like we will get out of this one cleanly enough. As Charlotte Flair victorious, and now it is time for the main event on the KO Show. The debut of the KO Show. Ladies and gentlemen, for the WWE Undisputed Championship, Braun Breaker officially signing his contract. He won Gut Check. He won the Gut Check qualifying match, and he came up and he defeated Akira Tozawa at main event to win. Akira Tozawa might get one more shot at coming back to the main roster, as the NXT Battle Royal will happen on Friday Night SmackDown. Quick look at all the ways you can support TV Sports 27. But Braun Breaker has officially signed his contract with WWE, and he is going to go one-on-one with the Undisputed Champion, the Rated R Superstar, the Judgment Day's own Edge. And it is about to happen right now. And while these guys are making their entrance, we'll make the official announcement for ECW, the debut episode of ECW. Patreon.com/TV Sports 27 is the exclusive home to TV Sports ECW. Become a Clubhouse member, and you guys can see ECW each and every week in Universe mode. We are going to crown an ECW champion, and it is going to involve a fatal four-way, a four-way dance, if you will, ECW style elimination matchup. So it is going to be an ECW elimination matchup, and 2 men have automatically qualified for the ECW championship match. That is going to be the former 24/7 champion. That's right, the Big Boss Man. The former 24/7 champion is automatically in the fatal four-way match. And on the other side is going to be one of Big Boss Man's biggest rivals here in Universe mode, a man that has traded the 24/7 championship and has traded oh, look at Edge not wearing the Judgment Day attire for this matchup here. He's going old school here. Old school rated R for Braun Breaker. Edge, member of the Judgment Day, leader of the Judgment Day. But it's going to be Drew McIntyre in the ECW Fatal 4-Way, or I should say 4-Way Dance elimination match. I got to get used to saying that again. The 4-Way Dance elimination matchup. It's going to be Drew McIntyre, because Drew McIntyre has had several victories over Big Boss Man, traded that 24/7 championship with the Big Boss Man, and you guys saw him pick up that huge win a couple of weeks ago. So Big Boss Man is in, Drew McIntyre is in. On the debut episode of ECW, we're going to have 2 qualifying matches for that final 2 spots in the ECW Championship 4-Way Dance. You guys ready for this announcement? In the first matchup, it is going to be a man that is looking for revenge on the Big Boss Man. Of course, it was the scaffold match at Survivor Series. Big Boss Man throwing Big E from the top of the scaffold. Big E's going to be in the hospital for quite some time. It is going to be Kofi Kingston of the New Day, who also wrestled before on ECW. He's an ECW alumni. He wants revenge on the Big Boss Man. He is stepping up to the plate. Kofi Kingston is going to be in action, and it's going to be the rematch that we never got. It's going to be Kofi Kingston one-on-one with Brock Lesnar to qualify for the ECW Championship. We never saw the rematch. Kofi Kingston and Brock Lesnar, you're getting it on ECW. And then your second qualifying matchup, and this is booked by Paul Heyman, it is going to be CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. Do not miss the debut episode of ECW. $5 gets you in the door to become a Clubhouse member. Sign up at any level that you like. Become a TB Sports Clubhouse member. Patreon.com/TBSports27 and check out the debut episode of ECW, the qualifying matches for the ECW Fatal 4-Way Tournament. It is going to be Kofi Kingston versus Brock Lesnar, and it's Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, the rematch we never got, and a first-time ever matchup. CM Punk and Roman Reigns. They never fought each other, right? I mean, I know they were in WWE for a short time, and the Shield started kind of as like helpers of CM Punk. I'm pretty sure they never had a match. I'll have to check the archives. Someone let me know if they've ever had a tag match or something against one another. CM Punk, Roman Reigns. I guess I can ask Cage Match right real quick. That is coming up. And then on episode 2 of ECW, it's going to be Big Boss Man versus Drew McIntyre versus the 2 winners in the Fatal 4-Way ECW Championship qualifier. Let's see, Cage Match. How can we look up? That's Braun Breaker and Edge. Not to put anything down on this matchup. The Undisputed Championship on the line here. Match guide on Cage Match. Click here to search the database. Roman Reigns. Is this how this works? We got a cover here. Trying to see if we got history in the making. Roman Reigns, CM Punk. I searched them both. Nothing came up. I'll have to do that off camera or something. We need to focus on this Undisputed Championship matchup here. Big business going on right now. Braun Breaker, Edge. Braun Breaker earned this opportunity pinning Edge months ago in a Fatal 4-Way matchup as part of the NXT roster here. Edge now just choking away at the young man. Edge getting set for the Armageddon matchup. The Stadium Stampede at Armageddon, cover by the Rated R Superstar. Edge winning the championship controversial fashion in the first blood match at Halloween Havoc. Collar elbow tie up here. Braun Breaker, look at Braun. I mean, the difference in years of experience between Edge and Braun Breaker is incredible. When was Braun Breaker born? I mean, he might have been born after Edge was debuted. And Edge busting open the young Braun Breaker here. Bloodshed and Edge opening up. Welcome to the WWE, says Edge. He is still the Rated R Superstar, 2-time Undisputed Champion here in our universe mode. But Braun Breaker is going to try to fight back. Hits the suplex on Edge. Braun getting pumped back up for the Undisputed Championship. Power slam onto Edge. Look at this. Oh, maybe he went to the Great Khali's school of training. Or Yokozuna. The nerve hold, but Edge fights out of it. Trips up Braun Breaker. This is for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Title is on the line here on the KO show. Edge defending. Dropped across the top rope here. Friday Night SmackDown coming up, produced by Sami Zayn. We know that men's NXT Battle Royal for a contract will be taking place. Knee to the face, Edge taking care of Braun Breaker. Big boot to the back of Breaker as well. Edge, was that an execution? Breaker might have just fought out of it. And more, trying to open up Breaker even more with the blood, with the bloodshed of Braun Breaker. There's the execution. Breaker fought it off the first time, not that time. And Breaker kicks out. How about it? The spear, though, might be too much for young Braun Breaker to overcome. And it is. Hell of a matchup. But Edge wins and is still undisputed heavyweight champion. What an effort by Braun Breaker. He took some early shots at Edge. He countered the execution, or at least held off on it, to try to live to fight another day, but Edge, the second time, locked it in, delivered the execution, and then came away with the spear. Show us the spear. That was the match winner. Edge retains the Undisputed Championship, and the Kevin Owens era of the WWE, there it is well underway. We streamed with you Monday Night Raw and the KO show in full. SmackDown coming your way, produced by Sami Zayn, the NXT Men's Battle Royal for the contract, and then ECW exclusively on Patreon for our TV Sports Clubhouse. ECW, the rematch that we never got. Kofi Kingston versus Brock Lesnar, and CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. ECW, TV Sports Clubhouse. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys for SmackDown and ECW.